This is Ken Phillips. I'm the founder and CEO of the Table Company, and today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the way we use our wood, the way we use all of our wood, and the way we emphasize sustainability in everything that we do. We're in the fabrication section of our factory, which is generally a pretty loud place. So I apologize for any background noise. It's very hard to shut this down during the day. But we're going to talk about different tabletop designs and how we do it. We'll start right here on my left, your right, with a design that's very straightforward. We call it a plank top. Why? Because they're just made up of planks. And these planks are 2 inches thick. They're about 6 inches wide, sometimes 7, sometimes 4. They vary in size as we go. As you can see, they're different sizes. And the way we build these planks is we cut these mortise and tenon holes into it so that we can put this in here and we slide it in there when we put it together. And by doing that, it's a reinforced joint. So we glue these in, we glue the sides, but the biscuit joint reinforces the construction and makes sure that it doesn't pull apart or bow or twist over time. People don't do this work anymore. It's quite a bit of labor, but we think it's important and we like to do it. So that's your basic plank top. The plank top is very popular. It's been popular for hundreds of years. It's nice, clean, straight boards, a beautiful design. The next design that we do with planks is we'll take a plank table like this, just planks, and we'll put a board on the end. We call this a breadboard. And if you come over here, you can see the joints, again, use the biscuit joints for the assembly. But what the breadboard does is, in the old days, you would actually have cut your bread at the dinner table using this piece of the breadboard. So that's where the style comes from. That's where the name comes from. So these are breadboard is basically just a plank table with a breadboard on the end. And that's a breadboard top. And again, these are made from long, solid pieces of wood. No short pieces, no cutoffs. But in the process, well, I better cover one other table. This is considered a French contemporary, but doesn't have all the pieces. So there is a board in the middle that breaks up the pattern, and there's another breadboard on the end, but this not here right now, so I can't show the assembly. But this is the beginning of a French contemporary, and the outside boards on this style are always a single solid board. We don't like to split the edges. Always a solid board. Finally, when we make tables like this plank table, let's say the table is 8 feet long. It may have come from a board that was originally 10 feet long. So we have a 2-foot piece of cutoff, 2 feet cutoff. What are we going to do with it? We're going to go to a finger joint machine and we're going to splice these shorter pieces together to create longer boards made up of shorter pieces. As I mentioned earlier, the outside board is always a solid board because we don't want to show the finger joint fastening system. But this is a way to use the smaller boards, provide sustainability, be responsible in how we're using our wood, and I will tell you that these finger joint tops can be absolutely stunning when they're done. Absolutely stunning. All the smaller pieces in the grain creates a really rich environment and has a really great warm feeling to it. So some people think the finger joint is not so great. Some people love it. I actually think it's fabulous. And we tend to sell it for a little less money, which makes it even a greater value. It's a way for us to use our cut-off waste, but it's a way for you to save money on a solid hardwood teak top. But there's no compromise in quality, and there's no compromise in beauty, because these finger joint tops are absolutely stunning. Thank you.